Hello, and welcome back to Maverick Out 2. Today's episode is a special one as we are saying goodbye to the Segway Villain and all the good times we had here with her and the different installs and reviews. This is my final thoughts on the machine before she finds a new home here and we get started on a new build. Um, so let's start with some of the different things that I think here after owning it for a couple months, taking out on the trails. Um, what do I think? So let's get at it. Let's take it back to the beginning. Why I went with this machine specifically? Um, it, sum it up. I was driving down the road, seeing the dealership, and I was like, "What is that thing? It looks pretty cool." Um, didn't know anything about it, and it seems like most people don't know that much about them anyway. That's seems to be the common thing that I've noticed over the past year here. Um, and I wanted something that was different, something that didn't have a lot of knowledge on, and I learned along the way. I was glad to be able to pass that along to all of you that subscribe and watch. Fast forward, had my way. Went out, rode it, enjoyed it. Comparing it to different machines I've had, the different razors, different Yamahas, and I can say, if you're looking for a good mid-ground machine that has a little bit of the best of everything and the value is awesome, this is a good machine. Not a lot of people know about it. That's the downside. There aren't as many parts as you would find for a Polaris. But if you're looking for something to turn heads and be able to keep up with a non-turbo, this is a good machine. Reliability, I have never had any problems, and I would have to say that for me personally, I mean, I don't go out and I'm not out to hit rocks and try to break axles and everything like a lot of people do. And they don't mind replacing. That's not really my style of riding. I enjoy a nice trail ride, hang out with the buddies, the family. This machine did that. It was fine. The parts that I put on, they weren't too extreme, as you can see in the different install videos. I'd have to say, like before, what is my biggest complaint? I would have to say the sound, with the intake right next to the ear. I know they did change them in 2025, but for the 24s and under, that'd probably be my biggest complaint. The screen and the connectivity with the Bluetooth, it would have been nice to see like a sound, like a speaker option that you didn't have to pay for. Maybe a different model, different trim. I like that the machine came with the roof already on it and the screens and everything. The one thing I thought was pretty cool is the differential lock. That is a big difference. Most sports side by sides, it's just 4-wheel drive. That's it. But if you're really into rock climbing, it's gonna do work wonders for you. I think what else? The seats are extremely comfortable. You got the Polaris Razor. Their seats are very plush, which is nice. These seats are like more like a sport, like a drag race kind of car almost. Like you sit down and they're firm, but they're comfortable. It'd take a lot, I think, to wear them out. A lot of time in them to actually get them to where you wore out that comfort. I do like the steering wheel. It has a nice racing steering wheel to it. The different settings for the electronic power steering is pretty cool. Push button to start it. Kind of feels like a race car in a way with that. Sport mode and eco mode. I mess with them in other videos, but after installing the aftermarket Team MSC trail clutch, I found that there is a difference. Economy is less throttle, and sport is like all into it. You're getting the max. One of the things I think it could do a little bit better on the storage. There is storage in the driver glove box, and the little container there in the back, which don't hold much of anything. would have been cool to see a little something extra. They probably could have put a console in the center, maybe something where you could add maybe a drink holder built in somewhere else. But you could get yourself a base leftover Razer XP 1000 in the close to the same range of what one of these machines would have, but it said it don't have a roof and all the other things that this does have, and the harnesses for the seats. So it comes down to personal preference. Like, what are you looking for in a machine? For me, I like that this stuff was already on it. It has a winch. That's something that the Razer didn't have. But like I said, you're getting into a brand that's new on the streets, more popular in Europe. In the United States, it's kind of just starting to get a little bit of traction, but it's got a long way to go to get to where these big brands are. So, if you're somebody that wants a machine that most people don't know that much about, and you want to turn heads, like, yeah, this is great. If you're looking for something that has the value, but also has extra things on it, like, this is the machine to go with. But if you're more in mainstream, you like something that's proven reliability that from thousands and thousands of videos and hours. It's going to get you where you want to go, but you're going to be paying extra money for the accessories. Like, yeah, Polaris, way to go. But said it's just doing something different and something unique. Is this machine? It screams that, and it does ride great. And with the aftermarket clutch, is probably the biggest thing I would recommend to you guys. You're watching this and you're thinking, like, all these are great parts that he's done videos on. The stage 2 clutch here in the trails of central Pennsylvania is a must-have. You turn the machine basically from feeling like it's a belt-driven machine. It tightens everything up, and it almost feels like a Honda Talon with just a pure engine and not a belt drive system. But that's my personal opinion. Some people might disagree with it, but I mean, that's how it felt to me when I drove it. And my final thoughts just being that, this is a good machine, and I had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun making videos for everybody, and not sure if I'll ever revisit this brand again. If I do, yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure. But one thing I can tell you is, if you're looking for a dealer or you're in Pennsylvania, head to Roundhouse Power Sports in Duncansville, Pennsylvania. They have the Segway brand. They can hook you up, and any parts, service. They have a great sales team out there, and so that's where you want to go if you're in the area. If you're not, it's worth traveling to. While you're here, stop, check out one of the local restaurants, get something to eat, make a little day trip out of it. Well, this is Maverick How To. I'm signing off here on the Segways. We're getting ready to start a new build. We're just going to see where things go and what comes next. But there's a lot of really big things in store coming your way. Just subscribe and like, and we're going to be doing all kinds of things. We're going to focus more on the power sports. So the other things are great I did videos on, but there's some big stuff on the horizon. So stay tuned, and everybody enjoy your day and get out there and do some riding. Get a good stress relief. So, all right. Thanks for watching again, and take her easy.